Welcome to Nonna Snowden Cooks again. And guess what, y'all? Today we have our first ever guest cook. Meet MawMaw Gwen.
Hi, everyone.
MawMaw Gwen is going to help us culturally appropriate her delicious tamales. Yay! We have, do we do 2 onions?
I did 2 onions.
2 onions, a big old thing of garlic, a head of garlic, and about a 5.5 pound
Pork butt. Well, we need to wash the pork to get off all that slimy, crappy stuff that's on the pork. It's easier if you do it in the slow cooker because it'll get more flavor into the water that you want to use for the masa. But you can also boil it on the stove for about 3 hours. So we're going to do the slow cooker.
Okay.
And then we'll see.
I'm rinsing and I'm throwing it directly into, oh, this is icky. See, I did not know people rinse pork. I ain't never rinsed a pork butt in my life. So, you know, who knew?
Yeah, pork and chicken.
Pork and chicken, you're supposed to rinse them both.
Correct, because they got all that slimy blood all over it.
Yes. Okay. Okay, this is all nice and rinsed, going in the pot. Oh, this is a big chunk. It got the bone in.
The bone's where the flavor's at.
The bone is where the flavor's at.
Correct.
Okay. All right, we're getting this done. MawMaw Gwen firmly believes that you need more than 1 clove of garlic in any.
Yeah,
oh,
definitely.
that is a fact. So we're throwing that in there. What else are we putting in here? MawMaw Gwen does Uncle Polly's good salt too. All right.
Then we have cumin powder.
And we got the ground cumin.
Plus we have kosher salt.
And we got the kosher salt. So all right.
And you just eyeball. I don't really measure
That's
too much.
about that much of that.
Then that's about a 1/4 of a capful.
1/4 of a capful.
And you have to watch on the cumin, because cumin is a strong herb. So you just want maybe like a tablespoon.
Maybe a tablespoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to create a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah, we don't want no humanitarian crisis.
Okay. No, we just need water. You can use that same bowl that you rinsed
Yeah,
the
because
meat
we
out in.
fixing to heat this bad dog up for, oh, I don't know, what, about 6 hours on
About
low?
6 hours on low.
Yeah, so
You want the
any
meat tender, but not mushy.
tender but not mushy. Gotcha. Later on this evening, I will be putting it in the fridge. And now we are going to do some prep work for our homemade, nutritious, and delicious salsa. All right, MawMaw Gwen, what are we doing?
Well, we cleaned about 10 or 12 tomatillos. These are the green tomatoes with the husk.
And can you use these, like, could you do fried green tomatoes or anything? Nope.
Nope, the flavor is totally different, and they're real sour. And they're not good for eating like that. They're just good for salsa.
They're salsa tomatoes. All right. Okay, I think we got this. So how do you go about cleaning these now?
Okay, you take and you peel. You peel the husk off. Then you grab it and twist it, and that whole little stem comes off.
All right, and then this just goes in the, ooh,
In the pot.
That's a little sticky.
Yeah, they're
too.
sticky.
Okay.
All right, we have 5 cloves of garlic.
Okay.
We have 1/2 of a large onion, or you can use a regular small onion, use the whole onion. Then we have about 8 serrano peppers and jalapeno peppers. This is for the green salsa.
The green salsa. Okay, so this goes in the pot
That goes
too.
in the pot to be boiled.
All right.
You want to
Okay.
cover them real good with water.
Cover them real good with water. Okay, before we go cover this real good with water, what on earth are these?
These are New Mexico chili pods, or also called cascabel peppers. These we're going to boil to rehydrate, because we're going to blend them and then strain them, and that's what we're going to prep the meat with to fill the tamales.
Oh, okay. And y'all, just a FYI, we kept all the seeds out because MawMaw Gwen says that Nono should be able to grow these in his secret herb garden.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now we're going to come over here and fill this pot up with water.
Correct.
And fill that pot up with water.
Correct.
And put them both on the stove.
Correct.
MawMaw Gwen just told me we got to put something in here to weigh these down so they don't float up.
Yeah, because we need them to hydrate. And once we get water, they'll be floating up because they're weightless. Yeah. Yeah, gotta hold it down. We'll put some water in there to keep the weight down.
All right, now they done without spilling it all over the dang place.
All right.
Okay, there we go. Okay, day 2 of culturally appropriating the tamales, because that's what we do if it is delicious. And we got Miss Gwen over here, MawMaw Gwen.
Hi.
She is pulling that pork roast out the crock pot and shredding it up for the tamales right there. And she keeps saying that she's going to give the dogs a little tasty bit of the fat that she ain't put in the tamales. And I keep telling her that will not end well for any of us. If she gives the dogs the treat, they'll just stay there the rest of the damn day. Okay, now, Miss Lisa, what are you doing?
I'm going to do the peppers.
What are we doing to the peppers? These are the peppers we put in the pot and we had to put the bowl on top of.
The red chili peppers and all.
The red chili peppers.
Top.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
All right, let's roll. All right.
Oh,
Okay. There we go. We got that handled.
We need the colander to strain that chili.
All right.
Yes, my hands are clean.
So-
We got some blended up chili peppers over here.
I need a spoon.
A wooden spoon.
Alrighty.
Useful also for beating small children.
Or dogs.
Or dogs, yes.
The reason we strain it, you don't want those pieces of dried pepper and seeds that was left behind.
Okay. Big old pork butt. We have shredded it up and we have put it in a big old pot on the stove.
Let it fry a little bit.
And you remember them red peppers we was handling yesterday? We put them, we rehydrated them and we blended them up and they are all blended. Now they going in the pot with the pork butt. What are you doing there?
soaking the
Corn husk.
hojas, the corn husk.
The what?
Well, in Spanish they're called hojas.
Hojas. The corn husks.
The whole corn husk.
All
And
right.
soaking them, they have to soak them for I don't know how many minutes
You don't know how many? I don't know how many minutes
For a
for
while.
sure.
till we're ready. They'll be flexible to where we can bend them
Uh-huh.
And fold them.
and fold them and roll them. And
We have our maseca for tamales. There's 2 different masecas. There's one to make corn tortillas, or there's one for tamales. Tamales has coarser grind, but not as big as cornmeal. Then we have our baking powder, and then we have our manteca, our lard, because it needs lard. And Miss Cindy is melting the lard because it's easier to mix in with the maseca.
That lard is good for you.
Yes, lard is very good for you, especially if you're keto.
Doing.
All right, we're getting ready to do the masa. She's gonna put in about a half a bag of the tamale flour. So I don't measure, so don't ask me about measurements.
About that much. That's
About half
about
a
that
bag.
much, yeah. All right.
Then we're just gonna put
We
some baking
carefully
powder.
measure your baking powder.
Yeah, that's about maybe 2 tablespoons. Maybe. Right, now we need to get the manteca,
The who?
the grease, the lard.
The lard. All right. And there it is, all
For
melted.
about half of it.
About that much.
Yeah, about that much. And when Miss Cindy starts mixing, she needs to be careful that she don't burn her hands.
What is this we're stirring up here?
The masa for the tamales.
Masa. Masa for the tamales.
There is instructions on the bag, on the tamale bag. There is
Uh-huh.
instructions on how to make tamales. That's how I first learned, was we followed the directions on the bag.
Well, now you have just let the cat out the bag. You were supposed to tell me how you learned it from your great grandma.
No, I'm an Irish coon ass. The
Work.
juice from the meat.
Okay.
We want the onion, the garlic, the whole 9 yards.
And it's got
It
It's
has
got
all
stuff in
the
it, so we don't care if it's got
No,
stuff in it.
see, it's got onion
Oh,
and garlic and the grease from the meat.
okay.
And all
And we
kind of
want all
yummy,
that
delicious
stuff in there.
goodness.
Yep. We want all that stuff in there. It don't matter if it has little pieces of meat. More. Yeah. It's gonna take all this plus some.
So here we are. We have made, what is this again?
masa.
The masa. And evidently that goes into tamales. And so now MawMaw Gwen is going to do the test.
It's gotta float.
Did it
It
float?
ain't floating.
It is not floating. That means it is
ain't
not
ready yet.
done.
Poor
How long
Cindy.
has she been doing this?
At least about 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes, yes.
We added
Yep.
more kosher salt.
The Uncle Polly's good salt that had to go into the tamales right there. And then we put in some regular old salt. And that it's not floating, so we just gonna have to keep on keeping on, I guess.
So what does it have to have air in it before it floats? And that's
Yeah.
what we're doing is
Yeah. That it's been mixed good enough.
Now this would not be a low sodium recipe.
No, not whatsoever.
So that's where we are. We're just gonna keep on mixing it until we get done mixing it.
Until it floats. All right, we're gonna check on the masa to see if the masa is ready. You take a little piece, drop it in water, and if it floats, that means the masa is ready.
Yay!
Cindy's arm is probably hurting so much mixing. All right, now we're going to assemble the tamales.
First off,
Oh, we put the tamales in a strainer so they'll strain all the water, the husk.
yeah.
corn husk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Each one grab a corn husk.
All right.
You have two sides to the corn husk. If you feel you have a smooth side, and you have a rough side. You want the rough side up. Let's take
Up.
a gob,
All right.
or you can use spoon too. And you just spread it.
Wait, how much of a gob?
Just grab a big
about
gob.
that much.
Okay.
Well, look at the way she's doing it. She started it down there, but she's kind of spreading it this way.
Yeah, because you want it to go down the husk. You got too small of a piece.
I need a bigger
Yeah,
gob.
you need a bigger piece of husk.
Is this one big enough?
Up.
Bigger than this?
And how thick do we
Fail.
want it?
If
That was a
they're little
husk
like this,
fail,
we're gonna
is what I'm
save.
thinking.
If they're little like this, we're gonna
Here's
save
a
to
good
line
one.
the pot with.
There's a good
To
one.
line the pot with.
Okay,
Alright.
once you go center, like this,
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna be trial and error. So
Right in the middle?
Yeah, probably
Yeah, right
more
in the middle.
error the way I'm doing it. I don't
Okay.
know.
okay, take your spoon. Let me show you.
Oh,
That one tore.
y'all went up too high and I went too low or something.
That's fine.
We'll figure it out.
We're having tamale issues.
Yeah, I'm used to my hands.
Okay, does that look okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, once you got the meat in there,
Uh-huh.
you hold it like this to where your masa's edge of your masa's meat, make it like a taco. See? Making like a taco. Flatten it and just roll it.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
All right.
like that, and then you just take and bend like that.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay!
The steamer.
The
steam
steamer.
pot.
Uh-huh.
That's the steam pot.
Can we put it on
Show
a
them what
chair?
it looks like inside.
Maybe.
Yeah, take that rack out.
All right. What are we doing to this thing?
We need to fill up to this line right here. This bottom line right here with hot water.
All right. You got hot water
We
coming?
got hot water. Using the pieces that are too small and stuff, we are going to line the steamer right here. Just set them in there because we don't want water to get into the tamales or they're going to make a mush instead of
Tamales, yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
All right, you want to start lining them up?
You send
They
them
gotta
on,
stand them up.
Oh, you
Stand
got to
'em up.
stand them up.
on the end where the fold is.
Yeah. Oh, and these are the tamales.
Oh, they're going to be tamales here in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday we balled all the,
Tomatillos.
and I guess we're going to blend it up. I don't know. Uh-oh, what you putting in there now?
Salt.
Salt, about that much.
Okay, and there's your green salsa.
All right, we got to taste this. We got to do the taste test. That is fairly tasty.
Now we're gonna put avocado.
We're putting avocado.
This is our avocado salsa.
Oh,
And we're gonna save the seed.
why are we saving the seed?
Keep it from turning black.
Oh. So how many avocados are we putting in there?
2. 2 ripe avocados.
Enchiladas too.
Yeah, because of the avocado.
Here is our tamales, all nice and cooked and steamed and lovely.
This is how you can tell they're done, is they came off easily off of the corn husk.
And there we are. So now what I need for y'all to do is you go and subscribe to my channel. We are trying to get this channel monetized for Jump for the Rose. And, you know, we do not want to have to go and do the Kim Kardashian thing and do the me and Nono had to make a sex tape. That is so y'all just go ahead and subscribe and do not put any of us through that. Nah, it was funnier the first time.
Y'all don't want to see that.
Yeah, I know.